It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, our next guest is currently the youngest author globally with a book published on the COVID-19 pandemic. Lena May Turner is her name, and at only 8 years old, she's shown some great strength and resilience after being isolated from all children and adults besides her mother since February 2020 because of her rare illness.
Now, during her time in isolation, she made a picture book titled Inside We Stayed for Months and Days. It's a humorous and insightful book following children around the world during an international lockdown, understanding the unifying reaction to some disastrous news from different people, different races, cultures, and countries across the globe.
And at only 8 years old, she is testament to the strength and resilience of children during this pandemic and a wonderful ambassador for the youth. And we are joined by Lena May and her mom, Candice, this morning via video call. Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Oh, we are good.
Very good. Very good. So excited, Lena May, to chat to you this morning. And of course, you, Mom Candice. You know, we all struggled with being separated from our friends and our family members when the restrictions were severe. I mean, everybody wasn't coping, but we've had to cope with being isolated from our friends. And I know that for you, Lena, you had to cope with being isolated from your own friends and family for almost a full year. How's the lockdown been, my lady?
It feels very lonely because you couldn't go and play with your friends or soccer. So I try and keep busy so I don't get very lonely and sad.
Oh, well, Mom Candice, I understand that Lena May was also diagnosed with a rare and life-threatening autoimmune disease, something that I cannot even pronounce. Do you mind just telling us a little bit more about this condition and how you would pronounce it?
Okay, sure. It's a tongue twister. I tell people this all the time. It's hypogammaglobulin anemia. And basically what it is it's an autoimmune disease that the body doesn't create enough antibodies, and what they call gamma globulins. So what happened with Lena's case is her body doesn't create these gamma globulins when she gets sick. So we get the flu, we get a cold, our body fights it off, and then it creates an antibody, which in essence is a memory cell for the body to know next time this virus comes, I know how to fight it. But with Lena, her body doesn't create those, or creates a very small amount. So when she does get sick, her body can't remember how to fix it, or she needs very, very strong treatment to be able to fight it off. For example, when she was 2, she contracted tuberculosis. So all of us get the BCG when we're born, and our body creates antibodies with that vaccine. Lena's body didn't. So when she was 2, she was exposed to tuberculosis, and it went into her kidneys, and this literally was brutal on her body. She was in 6 months treatment. After that, her body was basically like a blank slate. It had to be rebuilt again. So it was months and months and months of treatment, isolation, couldn't go to preschool, couldn't be around other kids. It was very, very tough for her. But, you know, she's a little warrior, and I keep telling her she's like my little superstar.
Aww.
My little Marvel hero.
And you know what, Candice, I think that I'm so glad that we get to share Lena with you, because she's certainly our fighter as well, our warrior here as well. I think inspiring so many young children and adults all over the world. Now, Lena, although this is your very first book, you've been writing stories since you were 5 years old. Why did you choose to write this book?
I wanted to show my friends that children all around the world are on lockdown as well. So I want to write a book to cheer them up.
That is amazing. I love that you were that creative. I mean, to start writing stories from the age of 5, it just shows her imagination. Yeah. Are there any other books in the pipeline?
Do you want to talk about your new one you're busy with?
Ooh, there's another one.
I want to write a book about dogs that don't have homes, but then find homes.
Lena, you also, I mean, you really are a sweet little lady and a superstar and such a big, big heart. Candace, a percentage of the proceeds from the book, this one that's out now, will be donated to the SOS Children's Villages South Africa. And we've done some work with them on the show here. It's towards the COVID-19 appeal. Please tell us more about this and why you decided to partner with them.
So when she was about 5, we were walking around a shopping center and they had one of their pop-ups. And, you know, they have all the photographs and they call you over and they explain things to you. And she was quite drawn by these photographs of children with sad faces. You know, she's very empathetic that way. And she wanted to know more. So they sat with her and they pulled out a little file and they were explaining all about what these children go through and that they don't have, sometimes they don't have any parents at all. So from then, we've been doing a monthly debit order and assisting them as much as we can. And then when the book came out, she said to me, Mom, what is happening to all those children? You know, you're at home with me and you can teach me school at home. What about them? They don't have anything. And I said to her, you know, that's what's so sad about charities right now is that the whole world needs help. So then she said she wants to help and she said she wants to give, you know, some of the money from her book to these children. So every month when the proceeds come in, we're going to be doing a donation to them as much as we can.
Beautiful.
That is amazing.
Wow.
You want to say something?
You wanted to say something?
It's not nice that I have things and they don't. So I share.
And that's why you are giving. That's why you're sharing from whatever it is that you've got, Lena. This is really beautiful. And your book, I mean, it looks incredible. We saw some images that went on there. You really just want to take it and read it. And I hope that all the kids out there are going to read it and know that when they do buy this book of yours, Lena, that they're going to be helping all the many other children out there who don't have as much.
Well, Lena May and Candace, thank you so much for your time this morning. I think what's most remarkable about Lena May's story is it's not so much the age at which you published your book, but how much you've been through, and you are still persevering through truly remarkable and inspiring people around you. So thank you so much for being such a bright light so early in the morning.
So thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, we love you. We love you, Lena May. And the book is currently available on Amazon across all regions and here in South Africa as well. In fact, the book has already reached 18 countries in its first month of sales. Think about that. Get yourself a copy.